107.9 FM. It is time for Music Monday. I'm the legend. Today's guest, this man has an album out from 2013, Plains O Alaska. He's also got some singles and EPs going back to 2018. The In-Betweens, Little Mountains, that's 2020. Barricade 2021. Bottle Rocket 2022. Kickstand 2025. The Good Years 2025. And the brand new one out this year, 100 Different Ways. My guest is Leighton Bain. Leighton, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's an honor to have you in here. First time here, so welcome aboard. I was found out about you and was doing some research over the past few weeks and whatnot. And I like your sound. I find you kind of travel back in time with the way you play, some of the effects you use. Let's talk a little bit about that. Is that inspiration? What kind of music were you raised on?
Yeah. Well, I was raised, actually, my mom raised me to listen to a lot of country and gospel music, and she'd sit at her upright piano and play her own versions of songs. So maybe the old style music has bled into my tunes as well.
I like it a lot, and you got a great voice. That's one thing that always stuck out to me was how great your voice was.
Thank you.
Are you trained at all? Trained singer, trained guitar player, or just self-taught?
No. So in high school, I was a late starter with guitar and singing, and I had a friend who was a singer-songwriter in high school, and he would just sit down and play his own songs. I said to him, I want to do that, because I was always listening and consuming music. I was very much into the lyrics and songwriting. So he wrote out the chords for me and said, these are the chords you need to learn. I met with him twice. His name's Randy Sammer. He's still playing around town as well. And he was the one that got me started. And after that, I just self-taught.
Self-taught after that.
Yeah.
When did you first start writing songs?
Right out the gate. As soon as he taught me those chords, first two chords I learned were D to A, and I wrote a song around D to A. And then when I added in G, I wrote a new song that had D to A to G. And after that, I kept building and running with it. Because really for me, I had a lot of ideas in the core of my reason for getting into music was to write a song and to connect with people. So that was right off the hop for me.
I'm so interested in 2013 because Plains O Alaska, your album. How many songs went onto that album that you had previously wrote that you were just waiting for? And how many songs kind of came to you around that time, 2012, 2013, that you were like, oh, this is brand new and this is going to sound great on the album?
It's interesting you focus on that, because that was a hyper-creative point in my life, and I had actually been living in South Korea for a few years, traveling and writing. Then I lived in Toronto, focusing just on music. So when I came back home, I had a friend who started a little home studio, and we recorded all those songs, just him and I in his attic studio, and it was a hyper-creative moment. So that was a bit of a culmination of about 5 years of writing and reworking those songs.
And plus the new experiences, right? Like Toronto, Korea, that probably
There's a lot of life happening.
Yeah. That's so cool. How was that over there, by the way?
It was awesome. Yeah, we lived in South Korea and I taught there, but they had a really thriving music scene. And I had a band there as well, and my sound kind of fit in a few different categories. And they would have coffee house shows that started at about 5 p.m. and ended around 7 or 8. And if you were acoustic, you could play that. And then that would end, and at about 11 o'clock, it would become the club shows where they were like rock bands and louder bands. And then I'd bring my band out and we'd play those shows later on. And then those shows would go till 2, 3 in the morning sometimes.
Yeah. A question I wanted to ask you about is performing live. When did you start doing gigs? Was it right after you had met your friend there and he taught you?
Yeah, so my live career was kind of split in, and still is split into sort of two departments, where I started writing. The original goal was to write songs, record songs, and release them. And I played live a lot. Right off the start, I was playing a lot at the Coach and Horses open mic, Fog Lounge, places like that. But also I was playing cover shows with my friend Pat Robitaille, who's also a well-known singer-songwriter around here. We played at the Treehouse and Plunkett's and a lot of those old staples down on Olette when every night of the week you could catch live music there. So there's been two streams, and that kind of still goes for me, where you can catch me live sometimes at a winery or a restaurant playing cover music, or if you go to more of like the Fog Lounge, Villains, places for original music, you can catch me full band playing original music as well.
And those are great places.
Yeah.
I love going there.
Absolutely.
Folks, Leighton and I are going to take a break. Do not go anywhere. Still plenty more to talk about. And, of course, a live performance. Don't touch that dial. That was my Music Monday guest right there, Leighton Bain with Kickstand 2025 EP. Great song. Absolutely love it. Leighton, we were chatting about your live music career. That's kind of where we left off. I want to talk about, everything that's led up until now. You got the new EP out, 100 Different Ways, and then Kickstand, obviously, 2025. The Good Years, which we're going to hear in a little bit as well, 2025. Do you ever look back to 2013 to now and just go, wow, I can't believe where my life and my music career has taken me?
Yeah, it's a journey, but you got to kind of take it in baby steps. I have a song called Little Mountains, and it's kind of about that. It's about every little hiccup and every little accomplishment and every little struggle. You have to take it one step at a time. So it's easy to look back at it and just be floored by it. But those were all important moments. All those songs were really meaningful and came from a really important place. So I'm definitely proud of it.
That's a great way to look at life too, just one step at a time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. Let's talk about, the future. Are you working on anything currently? Another single, an album, live shows you'd like to talk about?
Sure. I have two different places I record music. One is in Nashville with my friend Joel Briere, which is an awesome experience. He used to be here in Windsor, and a lot of what you'll hear on my streaming platform, it has been recorded with him. But more recently in town, I've been working with a guy, Derek Impens, and he's recorded a lot of incredible albums that I admire and listen to myself. Bishop Boys, he's recorded with Ron Leary, he's recorded with Brandy Alexander's. The list goes on for him. So Kickstand was done with him. So what you're going to find in the next year or so is a series of singles coming out, but some might be a little more polished and clean. And if you think, oh, that sounds really what we used to call radio ready, that might be from Nashville. When I work with Derek, you'll hear a song like Kickstand, which is a little more raw, honest. He likes to keep a little grit. He likes to keep the performances true. That might be one that I did here in Windsor with Derek, and they're all part of the picture of what's going to come out in the next year or so.
So you're flying out or driving down to Nashville sometimes to record some vocals and guitar tracks as well?
Sure.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, normally it'll start by me heading down for a few days, and we'll never leave the studio. So my friends and family is, oh, you're going to Nashville? Like, you guys checking out Broadway? No, we don't leave the basement, and we get hyper-focused on what we need to do, and we love doing that too. So there's no concessions there.
Man, that is so awesome. I'd love to go to Nashville, but like you said, it's strictly business. It's strictly business. You're not leaving the basement. You're recording in the studio. The whole Nashville thing. Have you gotten any experiences there that you thought, okay, you know what, driving out here, the scenery, or even just recording in Joel's basement, is it kind of inspiration for any upcoming songs, or do you already have a song that there's been some inspiration for?
It's just an inspiring place to be. Even if we take a break and go out for coffee, he'll be sitting there and go, hey, see that guy over there? Oh, he recorded this person's album. Oh, and that guy over there? Oh, I worked with him on this other thing. Everybody there is really creative and inspired and really wants to help each other out in the industry, from my experience anyway.
So it's kind of like the Los Angeles of the South, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's becoming that way. Oh, yeah, it's one of the biggest growing cities, and in the music industry is driving that for sure.
But yeah, you personally, any shows you'd like to mention coming up?
Nothing for original music. I've definitely, this summer, I've got some shows at Urban Surf, which is a great place in Tecumseh. They do paddleboard kayaking. They've got this great beachy vibe out in Tecumseh. So I play some music at Urban Surf. Windsor Eats, I'll be playing at a few times. Crew Winery and the Grove Brewery. Those are the places I'm usually playing this summer.
And what's your social media? That way people can follow you along, follow your journey wherever you're performing at.
Yeah, so for Instagram, at Leighton Bain. For TikTok, at Leighton Bain. Luckily, I have a pretty unique name, so I can get those handles and hold on to them. And on Facebook, Leighton Bain Music. So it's all there. Check it out.
Awesome. Well, Leighton and I are going to take another break here. We're going to hear another song, original of Leighton's studio version here, The Good Years. I really dig this song, and I think you will as well. Don't touch that dial. The Good Years, Leighton Bain here on 107.9 FM. This is Music Monday. Of course, my guest is Leighton Bain. And folks, it's time for Leighton to play a song here live in the studio. And we're so fortunate. We love this, but we love it when someone decides to play something that's not even released yet. This song's called Paper Cuts. You want to talk a little bit about this, Leighton?
Sure. Yeah, this is a brand new tune. And a few years ago, I was working a desk job that I really wasn't in love with. I was there about 15 years, and I was finding it harder and harder to get up each day, face the day, put on that happy face, and show up at a job that I really disliked and wasn't satisfied with. So this is a song a few years later I was able to write, looking back on that experience, which I think is a common experience and a shared experience. We've all been somewhere working where we really felt like our heart wasn't in it, and flesh out that song in song format. So this is a song about paper cuts, and the main line is, how many paper cuts can you take? Like maybe a week's all right, maybe a year's all right, but eventually you might not be able to do it any longer. So yeah.
Very relatable for a lot of people. Leighton, whenever you are ready.
Morning comes and I'm awake, and I work through this every day. Something's pulling down on me, and I don't know why. I lay down with those Sunday sweats, I wake up with Monday regrets. I ain't feeling at my best for some time. But how much gas is in the tank? How many paper cuts can you take? And how much of your life will you waste? And how many paper cuts can you take? Show up to the same old place, painting on a happy face, dressed up in the clothes I hate, one more time. Wait for those Friday drinks, penny pinch those groceries, pass out in front of the TV one more time. How much gas is in the tank? And how many paper cuts can you take? And how much of your life will you waste? And how many paper cuts can you take? How much gas is in the tank? How many paper cuts can you take? But how much of your life will you waste? But how many paper cuts can you take?
Wow, what a phenomenal song, Paper Cuts. I'm looking forward to the release of that, Leighton. That was phenomenal.
Cheers, brother. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Do you have an idea when you're going to want to release that?
So that we've got some drums laid down already. With my drummer did his part, and I've been building the track on my own at home, actually. So started to dabble a bit with home recording. So we're going to see how that goes, hopefully in the next couple months.
Well, that was
phenomenal. You guys will be the first to find out about it.
Thank you so much. Leighton, before I let you go, is there anything else you would like to say to the listeners out there?
No, I'm happy to be out here. This radio station's always been great to me, and you guys have always added me to the local hour amongst other great names as well, friends and peers in the music industry here. And Amherstburg's a great spot. You guys got it made out here, so thanks for having me.
Well, thank you very much, Leighton. Like he said earlier, Leighton Bain on Instagram and TikTok, and Leighton Bain Music on Facebook. That's Bain, B-A-I-N. Leighton, thank you so much for being my guest today on Music Monday, and I have a feeling I'll be seeing you again sometime soon.
Absolutely.
This is The Legend for Music Monday, closing it out here on the Berg.